Next question. What would you say to someone who claims that the humanities are an unnecessary waste of money because they have no immediate practical purpose, and thus should not be taught at universities or given funds for research? I refer to subjects such as history, sociology, or philosophy. Well, while I'm a huge fan of the sciences, obviously, and also a critic of some of the ideological trends in the humanities, much of the derangement of the left on college campuses that I've spoken about could be laid at the doorsteps of many of the departments in the humanities. But speaking generally, there's much more to living a life worth living and having a mind worth having than just understanding the world scientifically or producing better technology. The humanities are absolutely central to intellectual life and ethical life. And while there really isn't an infinite amount to learn, and I wish I had studied some things differently as an undergraduate, I'm very happy to have done my undergraduate degree in philosophy because it gets you thinking and arguing clearly about more or less everything, or at least potentially can do that. And I think that's extremely important. So I don't, while it's not obvious what the jobs are for most people coming out of a philosophy degree, when people ask me whether I recommend a degree in philosophy, I certainly do. Personally, I found it incredibly useful. I'm sure there are some degrees in the humanities that I wouldn't say that about. There's a lot of truth and beauty to be found almost everywhere. Whatever you're studying should be equipping you to have a civil conversation with other points of view. This is the high wire act that we all have to aspire to, again and again. It's not to say we're not going to fall off the wire, but we should always want to get back on. Whether you're studying sociology or black history or women's studies or whatever it is, reasoned conversation based on facts rather than mere feelings has to be the wire you attempt to stay on. If your part of the university is just becoming an outrage machine, there's something wrong with your university, not necessarily the subject matter. No doubt there are some subjects that have become a kind of caricature of everything that's potentially wrong with the humanities. I don't think that is actually intrinsic to the subject. I'm fairly confident that there is a way to have a women's studies department that doesn't become a reductio ad absurdum of everything on the left. But if your foundational philosophy in that department is that there's no biological difference between men and women as a matter of principle, well then, obviously you're going to have a problem. This is where facts come in. A uterus being perhaps the first to consider.